Well, as you saw in the thumbnail, today I'm diving into Nick's creme brulee recipe. But there's a twist. What happens when you take on this creme brulee challenge without the one tool everyone relies on? Spoiler alert, it's two things. One is a torch, and the other, well, you'll have to stick around to find out. Will I succeed? Will it have that iconic and satisfying crack? And how will it taste? Or what will the texture be like? Stay tuned until the end to discover the delicious outcome. If any of you are wondering where I'm pondering this challenge, it's definitely not the washroom. No, not that. Let's just say my creativity needs a bit more room than that. Now let's kick things off by tying back your hair. If you've got it. And if not, a cute little bow on your head will do just fine. Just like Mr. DiGiovanni, we'll start by cracking open 5 eggs and separating the yolks. And hey, if a few egg whites decide to join the party, that's okay. They'll help create a wonderful texture in our creme brulee. Next up, Nick added 100 grams of sugar, so we'll do the same. And if you have a pinch of sea salt, toss that in for some extra flavor. If not, regular salt works just fine. Now whisk it all together thoroughly until the sugar dissolves and the mixture starts to look smooth and creamy. Let's get that arm workout in. Next, it's time for the heavy cream. We're adding about 500 grams to a pot over the flame. Now, for the star ingredient, vanilla. But let's be real, vanilla beans are practically worth their weight in gold, and I'm not splurging on that today. As you all know, I'm not exactly rolling in cash to spend on mere or mighty vanilla beans. So, I'm opting for a humble tablespoon of vanilla extract. It might not be fancy, but it'll still bring that sweet, aromatic touch to our creme brulee. I'll give the cream a gentle stir now and then, just to make sure it doesn't scorch on the bottom. We're going to keep this up until it's right on the brink of boiling. You know it's getting close when those little bubbles start forming around the edges. If you're still with me and loving the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Your support means the world and helps me keep bringing you delicious recipes. And who knows, one day with your amazing support, I might just be able to afford that torch next time. Just kidding. After taking the cream off the heat, it's time to slowly pour it into our egg mixture. But don't rush. This is a gentle process. While you're pouring, keep whisking to prevent the eggs from turning into scrambled breakfast. Remember, we're aiming for creme brulee, not an accidental omelet. Just keep mixing until everything is well blended and smooth. Now, you can strain the mixture to get rid of any eggy bits for a silky smooth texture. Then, pour it into the ramekins, place them in a hot water bath, and bake at 176 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 30 to 35 minutes until the centers are just slightly jiggly. Don't worry if it still wobbles a bit. Once we refrigerate it, the creme brulee will firm up perfectly. Trust the process, it's all part of the magic. And here's a little bonus tip. You can also make creme brulee without an oven. Just steam it in a steamer at low flame for about 45 minutes and you'll achieve that perfect texture. It's a fantastic alternative if you don't have access to an oven. And let me know in the comments what recipe challenge you think I should tackle in the next video. I'd love to hear your ideas. Once the baking is complete, let the creme brulee cool at room temperature for a bit before refrigerating it for at least 2 hours. For the best results, though, try to leave it overnight. This extra chill time allows it to set perfectly, giving you that wonderfully cold, creamy texture that makes every bite simply irresistible. Now comes the challenging part. Nick used a fire gun to caramelize the sugar, but let's face it, I'm not about to splurge on a butane torch for just one video. So drumroll, please. I'm going to make caramel the old-fashioned way right in a pan. Bingo! Who needs fancy tools when you can get creative? I added about 3 tablespoons of sugar, roughly 1 tablespoon for each ramekin, along with 1 tablespoon of water. Now, here's the trick. Don't stir. If you do, it'll crystallize, and we don't want that. Just let the sugar dissolve and watch as it starts to change color. You can gently shake the pan if you like, but once it reaches that beautiful amber hue, turn off the heat and pour it over our creme brulee. Aim for a nice thin layer. And we've conquered the challenge! You don't need fancy ingredients or tools to whip up delicious dishes. It's all about creativity. Now let's see if we've got that infamous crack we all crave. Did you hear that? Yes, that's the sound of success. We made the perfect creme brulee with a lovely caramel layer and a smooth, creamy texture. It's like a little piece of heaven in your mouth. Well, not literally, but you get the idea. So, if you're like me and crave delicious food but lack the fancy tools, give this a try. You won't be disappointed. Until then, take care and see you in the next video.